Hi, I'm Carl, and welcome back to Adventures in Camping. Today, I'm going to be talking about tool safety for camp and for being out in the field. You need to be careful about how you're going to hand them to other people, how you're going to carry them, and how you're going to use them. Unless you want to carry a trauma kit with you wherever you go. Actually, I'm putting one together now, just in case, since I do a lot of this stuff by myself. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't yet, subscribe. Hit that little bell icon so you know when I put out a new video. And if you want to, you're welcome to share these videos. Your standard type of bow saw, okay? You can carry it like that. You can carry it like this. Always carry it with something to protect you from its blade, okay? Actually, I feel more comfortable carrying it this way. There's not really a requirement for it. The biggest requirement with carrying a bow saw is having it sheathed. This is duct tape. You can use a piece of garden hose, maybe a couple pieces of wood with a slit cut down the middle. Any way you do it, you need to keep this sheathed. Those sheaths that come with the new bow saw, they break quickly. So you need to come up with something as soon as you get home. Okay? So now I'm going to pass it, and the person I pass it to is going to grasp it by the handle. They're going to say, thank you, I have it.
Thank you, I have it.
And I'm going to say, you're welcome, and release it. Thank you, I have it tells me that they do have it, and you're welcome is telling them that I'm ready to let go. Now, would you pass it back to me? Thank you, I have it.
You're welcome.
Now, when you're passing it to someone, when you're the one passing it, you're going to pass it with your strong hand. We do not cross-hand the tools because that is a possibility of getting hurt. If it falls and drops, it's going to fall in between you all, and it could hit a foot or an ankle or a shin. So now let's discuss the hatchet. So when I grab it, I'm going to grab the hatchet just below the head by the handle. And when I carry it, I'm going to carry it this way. I'm also going to carry it so that it's angling out. I want it to angle out away from me, okay? You don't want it angling like this. You want it angling away from you. It's a little awkward. You just got to get it in that right spot where it feels fairly comfortable. Now I have an unsheathed hatchet. Okay? I'm going to pass this, and when I pass it, if you'll notice, the blade is pointing away from both of us. It's pointing out.
Thank you, I have it.
You're welcome. Now you're going to switch hands. Hold it out like that. Wrong way. There you go. I need to be able to hold it. Okay, now if you pass it to me. Thank you, I have it. So this is how you should carry your axe. You notice I'm grasping it around the handle, just below the head. I have a couple fingers on it to stabilize it, okay? And I'm also holding it out away from me a little bit. That way, if I fall, it's going to go that way. That blade is going to go away from my body. That is the whole purpose of this, same way with the hatchet. You want that blade to go in front of you, away from your body. Now, if you're going to hand an axe or a boy's axe to someone, you're not going to hand it like that, okay? You're going to hold it just below the fawn's foot, kind of in the area of the belly, and you're going to pass it to them with the blade or the bit facing out away from both of you, just like that. Okay. Thank you, I have it.
You're welcome.
Now, as you saw, she handed it to me with the blade away from both of us. So if it drops like that, the blade is going to go away from us and not into one of our feet. So now I have a full-size axe. With the full-size axe, it's just the same thing. You're going to pass it. The person receiving it is going to say,
Thank you, I have it.
and I'm going to say, you're welcome, and release it to her. Now for her passing it to me, she's going to turn it around, pass it to me. I say, thank you, I have it, and she says,
You're welcome.
awesome. And while we're talking about how to carry an axe, a hatchet, hunter's axe, as you may have noticed that I like this strap. It makes it easy to carry it. I can carry it on my back safely, and my hands are free for other things that I may need. You may not want to do that. May not be recommended for younger boys, but I think it would work fine for teens and adults. This is a sling from Mosin Nagant. And all I did was I made a D-ring right here and put it through this and put it through that so I could put it in the right direction. That is the only thing that I did to this sling so that I could use it on my hunter's axe. You've seen me use this in a lot of my videos. I like this small hand pruning saw. It comes in very handy. It's light. It's good to be in a pack. If you need some kind of a saw, it's great. But you still need to be able to be careful with it. You don't want to hurt someone or hurt yourself, so you're going to pass it closed like you would a folding knife. So now I'm going to take it. I'm going to grab it by this end, okay? I can grab it like that, or I can grab it like that. Now I'm going to pass it to her. She's going to say,
Thank you, I have it.
you're welcome. And now she's going to pass it back to me. Thank you, I have it.
You're welcome.
Now obviously many of these tools the younger boys aren't going to be using. You as leaders will. There are also some weird things that you're going to have, maybe, some things that you've seen me use that you need to try to pass in a safe manner as well. One of those is, my favorite saw is this folding bow saw. You're going to pass it by passing the handle to who's receiving it. This is another tool that many may not have access to, may not have, but some may, and some of you might enjoy using the Woodman's Pal. It's a nice tool, but if you're passing it to someone, I suggest you pass it in the safest way you can, which to me, whoops, wasn't that good, which to me, well, yes, hold the knife so that you don't drop it on your own foot, is to keep it in the sheath, because it has a blade in the back hook and it has a front blade, okay? I'd keep it in the sheath when I pass it to someone. Still, I would hold it like so and pass that handle to your receiver, okay? You see that? Do you think that is a safe thing to grab near? Okay? You don't want to grab it here to hand it to them. I almost cut myself. See, you don't want to grab it here because then they're going to be pulling it right past you and they're going to shear off your thumb. So something like this, I wouldn't even use with younger boys. Okay, this is definitely something for an adult, an older teen. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to pass it, and I'm going to pass it what I believe is the safest way to pass this, and with the sheath on.
Thank you, I have it.
You're welcome. Now you notice how she just turned it around and grabbed it from the top. Thank you, I have it.
You're welcome.
I think that's the best way to pass this implement. When passing a pocket knife, you want to pass the pocket knife not in the sheath, and you want to pass it closed. So I'm going to pass the pocket knife to my wife.
Thank you, I have it.
You're welcome. And then she's going to pass it back to me. Thank you, I have it.
You're welcome.
And that is the proper way to pass a pocket knife. Also, this is a lock blade. With the younger boys, we always recommend them using a lock blade. The standard camping, like Boy Scout pocket knife, is not suitable for them because they're not experienced enough to prevent themselves from having it close on them. The next knife that we want to talk about is a sheath knife. This is an Air Force survival knife. So with the sheath knife, we're going to pass it unsheathed, and we're going to hold the knife in this situation with the blade facing up. If it falls, it'll fall with the spine down.
Thank you, I have it.
You're welcome. Now she's going to turn it around. The blade needs to face you, my dear. There you go, right like that. You got it. Right like that. Then I grab it. Thank you, I have it.
You're welcome.
This is not a requirement, but it is a courtesy. To pass a shovel to someone, this is a folding shovel, and this shovel I'm going to pass in a manner that is safer for the person who is receiving it. I'm going to hold it like so. Then I'm going to pass it, and she's going to say, as she's been saying,
Thank you, I have it.
you're welcome. Thank you, I have it.
You're welcome.
So while we're talking about shovels, this is a shovel that there's a lot of talk about on the internet. This is the cold steel shovel that is made to be able to chop with and dig with. This one you don't want to pass unless it's in a sheath. Because you see this, that is a sharpened blade all the way around. And I would think to pass this, in my personal opinion, well, I don't know, I'm thinking this way, because if it falls that way, this is hitting the ground first and it's falling over. My opinion. You have an idea, leave it in the comments on which do you think is the best way. Should it be passed like this, with the sheath on? Actually, that's not a bad way. Or should it be passed this way, which I don't like particularly because now you've got that blade coming down. What if it does cut through these rivets? Could cut through your shoe. Could cut through your toes. I really hate you to amputate your little piggies. The cold steel shovel is based on this. This is our Russian, was it Spetsnaz or Spetsnaz or something like that? Special Operations Russian shovel. I mean, it's virtually identical. But what I did notice is the cold steel shovel has a thicker steel to it than what this does. And there's another knockoff. But I'll show you all that after I've had a chance to test them. Well, I was going to turn this into a little bit more of a video, but let's keep it at that. And then I will show you in the next video how to safely use these tools. Be ready, or be a victim to natural selection. Y'all come back now, you hear? I've posted some videos you might be interested in. And subscribe. Hit the bell icon and I'll let you know when I put out a new video.